Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly intuitive card reading for, what are we on, October 16th through the 22nd. You guys know the drill. Please like this video, please share it with anybody that may want to hear what we have in store for this week energetically. Oh, and by the way guys, I just hit 1K subscribers, so thank you so much. I am deeply touched and I appreciate it so much, especially after the last couple of years that I've had. And rebuilding on a separate platform is really hard. But I'm so appreciative for that. So everybody that's subscribed, love it. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And the more that number goes up, the more I can break down these readings to be more specific. So we want that number to go up, okay? So, all right, guys, I think that's it. Same 4 decks, same spread. I did not change this up. I did change the order here of the decks, though. And let's begin. Let's see what the week has in store for us. So what do we need, guys? We need Elder Move Beyond Ancestral Patterns. Okay. So this is about looking at patterns, especially ones that I think most of you guys have heard the term, generational trauma and patterns and ancestral patterns, that kind of thing. So it definitely does feel like we're spending some time this week. By the way, guys, I always tell you about the energy that kind of comes right out the gate, because sometimes that first card really kind of sets up the rest of the reading. Definitely feeling like it's a shadow work kind of week. And what that means is going within and really looking at ourselves and changing our patterns, obviously, and just kind of doing the work, right? And so I definitely feel that already. So this is basically saying that that's kind of what we need this week, is kind of looking at maybe patterns that are in our family that aren't so healthy or aren't serving us anymore, because I definitely do feel like we'll be coming to a head with some of these patterns. And it's important that we kind of look at that, and that's really kind of what we need. So I definitely do feel like a lot of us are going to be extra triggered this week, and definitely, like Spirit is showing me like not a car crash, but it's kind of like ongoing, like oncoming traffic coming, like it's coming, like it's going to kind of like whirl by us like super fast, or have us crash into it, or but it's for a greater and higher good, because once we start healing some of these patterns that are within our family line, the more we can achieve our dreams, the more we can heal, the more we can be in healthy relationships, the more we can live to our highest potential and infinite possibilities. So I see it as a positive thing, but like I said, it doesn't necessarily, I'll obviously keep going, but it definitely does feel like it might be a little bit of a heavier week for us. Okay, so action needed, not for you. Okay, so this is interesting. The first thing that actually pops out to me, you guys know I read intuitively, is the 6, okay? 6 has to do with family, okay? I just talked about ancestral patterns, generational trauma, that kind of thing. 6 is responsibility, the home, family, relationships, that kind of thing. And then we have not for you, okay? So these two kind of go hand in hand, because this is kind of, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's still feeling a little tough. You guys know I always tell you the truth. So we might be putting up stronger boundaries with people within our family while we're, healing these not so great, patterns that we have. So I definitely do feel like a rift somewhere within the family line. Not for you. Technically feels like cutting off. This feels extreme. It is under action needed. So maybe some of you guys, this has been kind of boiling up a long time for you guys. And, maybe you are cutting off a family member, or at least temporarily, blocking them, or, getting them out of your life in some type of way. But I definitely do feel like you're taking action finally. This could just, again, be some type of boundaries of some kind, but it just feels like we're putting an end to something that has been kind of going on for a long time, and it definitely does feel like it's more so within our family within the family situation. This could also just be like stopping unhealthy patterns. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be like cutting somebody off or stopping the communication with somebody. It could be that as well, but it really has to surround itself with family. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the issue. Teacher. Okay, so interesting that it's under issue. It doesn't feel huge to me. I know I tell you guys that when I hit the issue and the challenge. Maybe I should switch these so they're next to each other and then the surprise at the end. Maybe I'll do that next week. But issue being the teacher. So it definitely does feel like in some way, shape, or form, if you guys are, so teacher is an archetype role. I believe there's also an archetype card in the deck that I'm actually using, which is actually next. That is the teacher, and basically it's just a role that we pick up, right? And so I feel like a lot of you guys that are in the teaching in some way, shape, or form, or in a teaching role, this could also translate to be parenting, by the way. So if you have kids, if you have children, I automatically, you obviously wear many hats. You're the mentor, you're the mother or father, those roles, but you're also a teacher too. So that could also apply. This could also be spiritual teachers. And what I mean by that is that the people in our lives that maybe are giving us a hard time are really our greatest spiritual teachers. Okay. I know we don't love to hear that, the person annoying us maybe at work. But it's true. Okay. So I do feel there's an issue there where not so much that you're not learning the lesson, but you're having some type of issue teaching, whether that's not being able to communicate effectively, whether that's you don't actually have it could be tangible, it could be environmental, physical. You don't have the actual tools to be able to teach. Something along those lines. So I definitely do feel like that's an issue. Hopefully that'll make sense to you guys. I forgot to say this. You guys know I love the comments too, and I really, really appreciate them. So put it down below if this resonates, because I'd love to see how this manifests for you guys, or how it applies, or how it resonates. So let me know. So if there's something that you're teaching, I do feel like there's an obstacle there in some type of way. Again, maybe not having the supplies. Maybe you're an actual teacher, for your occupation, and you're just having trouble this week, and you don't have the support that you need to be able to teach, or something along those lines. So just look out for that. Just be mindful of it. Surprise. We have femme fatale, we have its shadow, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and power. Okay, so this is about, okay, let me see if I can explain this. This is a tough one. So this is about, we're surprising ourselves in the way, so guys, what did I say earlier? I said this week is about shadow work. A lot of people have different definitions of what shadow work is. To me, I agree with a couple of different definitions out there, but it's really about looking at the parts of ourselves that maybe we don't necessarily like, or have disowned, or hate about ourselves, that kind of thing. So it's definitely coming up here that the parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily like, that maybe lean towards putting money before integrity, putting power before integrity, putting being inappropriate in any type of way is the best way I can kind of say this. So I definitely do feel like, and especially, so this is YouTube, so I have to watch what I say, but especially when it comes to sensuality. And this is not meant to say you're bad, because that's not what shadow work is. Shadow work is looking at ourselves and owning that disowned part of ourselves that we don't like. But we're a whole human being, and we have to embrace that part of ourselves. So this isn't about, Spirit is not asking us to hate ourselves because of this, but I think it's coming under surprise, because I think it surprises us. I think, I meet a lot of people, and a lot of people that watch my channel, you guys know you're empath sensitives, highly sensitive people, that kind of thing. And even we have shadow, like every single person has a shadow. So there is going to be something that kind of comes up, and it might come up in the area of sensuality, or having to do with money, power, that kind of thing. So let's put it this way. Some of you guys out there might be doing something this week that maybe you're not necessarily proud of, but maybe you feel like it's a necessary evil, or, you may beat yourself up a little bit about it or something like that, or feel down about yourself about it, that kind of thing. So, and it might surprise you because sometimes these things kind of like come out of nowhere, but just throwing that out there, and Spirit needs us to know this. So it's going to be a surprise. If you guys don't feel like sharing how that resonates with you, I totally understand, but keep that in mind. And again, it's not an opportunity to hate yourself, basically. Okay, challenge, shapeshifter, transform, and unveil your gifts. Awesome. Okay, so it's coming under challenge. Okay, so basically we're having issues with change. I think we had this before in some type of way. It might have been under issue maybe a couple weeks back. Maybe it could have been in the monthly, but we're having an issue kind of moving from one thing to the other, having some issues with change. And that's going to be a big challenge for us this week for sure, which is telling me that things might shift pretty drastically, maybe not extremely drastically. Like, let me just say it's like somewhere in the middle, because sometimes I feel like the energy really heavy, sometimes it's really light. I would say somewhere in the middle, but we're going to have issues there, and so that might be our biggest challenge. But I know you guys really are the shapeshifters. Everybody has the ability to be adaptable, resilient, resourceful, that kind of thing. And you guys have talents beyond, you guys are so talented. You have so many skills that really, maybe we're not thinking about it top of mind, but, everybody's built for, quote unquote, survival and for change, right? And so I believe in you guys is basically what I'm trying to say. All right, what do we focus on? So poise. Okay, so poise is about really being ready. So this is interesting. It's a little bit of contrasting energy here from that first card, especially like being underneath each other, on top and below from each other. It definitely, poise is just about like being ready, being ready for the next chapter, being ready for what's to come. And that's really interesting coming from the challenge, right, too, because it's kind of like we have issues with the change, but we're still ready for it in a way. And so Spirit is saying just focus all on that, focus on that. Don't focus on how hard the change is. Don't focus on how difficult it is. Telling yourself you can't do it, it's too hard, like all of those things. Like focus on, focus on the energy that moves you forward, because you have it, like I mentioned. What do we need to reflect on here? Purification. Okay, so this is about like a cleanse of some kind. So the fact that it's under reflect, a good journal question would be, what do I have to cleanse myself of? Not for you, this is really, the letting go kind of endings type thing, type energy kind of going on here. So what do you need to purge, before you move forward, like that kind of thing. So definitely reflect on that. I'm definitely getting this feeling that we can't go forward, with some things in our life. And so this is really about purging, what we don't need anymore. So to translate to more physical or environmental or more tangible, maybe you guys are moving, and you need to cleanse yourself from your old furniture. You can't take your furniture where maybe you're downsizing. You can't take everything. So maybe you need to reflect on what do I do? Do I, do I sell my stuff, or, how do I sell my stuff? Do I donate it? That kind of thing. So that's like a more tangible thing. But this, again, it's under reflect, so it could be more spiritual or philosophical, obviously. What do you need to let go of to move forward kind of deal. Okay, responsibilities. What do we got going on? Mystic. We have the Mystic again. Yay, we had it last week too. I hope everybody had it. I remember last week's, because of the headline, is, we had mystical things kind of going on in our romantic relationship. So that was cool. I hope that really transpired for a lot of you guys, since that's super positive. And this again is in the light. So it says revels in intimate union with the divine. Okay, so our only responsibilities this week is really making sure that we are connected and we are trusting source, God, universe, the creator, whatever you guys want to call it, but really feeling connected. And it's really, really important that we do this week, okay? I would argue it's always important that we do, but Spirit is coming through and saying, yeah, this is definitely something that you're responsible for. So do your meditation, do your walks in nature, do whatever you need to do to get connected. Okay. Money and finances. Damn, guys, we've had this one before. Connect with your emotions, Water Guardian. Okay, so this feels like, I think the last time we had it, it had something to do with removing emotions from money, finances, and I put career in this section here too. But this actually feels more connecting to your emotions does make you more financially lucrative. So I can't even give you an example for that. Maybe some of you guys out there are, and to me, what I would also categorize this as is connecting more to like vulnerability, because that's an emotion, it's well, not really, but it helps you, I guess I should say, feel your emotions, and it helps you enhance that authenticity. But that counts, okay? Because this is really about connecting to all of that, and somehow it makes you lucrative in some type of way. I cannot think of anything. Can I? You guys know I don't know, as I'm pulling, it's new to me, so sometimes thinking on the spot is not always my strong suit, but but in some type of way, it will transpire for some of you guys in that type of way. So sometimes it's really about disconnecting from emotions, removing emotions, but this is saying, no, the opposite is actually true this week, okay? All right, what is changing? So apparently things are changing, so let's see. Okay, between worlds, so makes sense. I was already kind of prefacing this, is that it almost just feels like we're trying to move forward, trying to move into the next chapter. And between worlds is something that comes up a lot because we've had like a crazy year and a half, and we're halfway in the old world, halfway in the new world. But I do feel like it's more like at least like 30-70 at this point. Maybe for some of you guys it's like more 20-80 towards the new life, which is great. So that's what's changing. That's basically what Spirit is saying, and what I've been kind of alluding to is that with that poise card, we're saying like, no, I'm focus there. I want to move forward, like that kind of thing. All right, let's see the friends. So we have drink more water. Okay, so interesting. This is these are not literal, these are oracle cards, obviously. So drink more water to me just means actually it's kind of very you can see that they're pretty much same color, same kind of vibe here with the purification. And water purifies, right? Water is cleansing. And then we have drink more water. So what I can say here that it's under friends is that there's something connected to water here. Not like you're gonna hang out with your friends and drink a bunch of water or anything like that. It's not like that. But maybe like, and it's funny because we are in October, but there's something here about connecting with people at the lake, or connecting with your friends, maybe by water, but also to, again, connecting these two, cleansing, purifying friends, water purifies. So there's something kind of here. So to me, if we want to go more on the spiritual route, maybe you are cleansing friends as well. That could be another thing as well. Purging them, seeing who moves forward with you, who doesn't, like that kind of thing. But I don't know, there's something here about like water, friends, could be physical location, like I mentioned. But that's that. And again, another one that you guys have to put in the comments about, because I'd love to see how this transpires. Okay, divine child, shadow, and inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Okay, so feeling like we are not, that we are powerless, okay? And so this makes sense with the responsibilities of the mystic, which is basically connecting to a higher power, because it's so crazy how last week was actually like really good for romantic connections, and now this week not so great, because this is basically saying that we're going to feel some type of powerlessness, but it almost feels like because of ourselves, right? It's because of something within us. And so that has to do with shadow work too. Like maybe we are a people pleaser. Maybe we are not claiming our power. Maybe we are, not setting those boundaries, those kinds of things. So it doesn't necessarily mean like it's the behavior of the other person. It's more so about not feeling connected and not feeling that power, and just like feeling powerless within your romantic connections in some type of way. So, I mean, not to negate like everything on us, but maybe to coincide with that, maybe our partners are a little bit more controlling. And for those out there that are single and dating, maybe you will be meeting a lot of like more controlling people, or putting yourselves in situations that you do feel powerless. Again, the only thing I can say is like really, really try to connect this week, guys. Okay. What do we got going on? What's important? Dream and journey. Okay, we had this one I think last week too. So this is about moving forward. This is about thinking about what you want ahead. Something tells me the drum is going to come up a lot in this quarter, at least until the next couple of months through the end of the year, because that's usually as it comes to a close, as the year comes to a close, we're all getting that new year energy kind of going on, and we really need to start planning and figuring things out for next year. So it makes sense that shows up, and it says it's important. So that's not the only thing, we do need to focus there. And these are connected in that way where it's saying like we're ready. So it would make sense to start making a plan and thinking about the future. Okay, health and wellness. Let's take a look. Time for a nap. Okay, so this is about resting. So if anybody's on a healing journey out there, which again, we started up here with a shadow work journey for at least a week. So it doesn't mean that we have to go super hard and not take any breaks. So time for a nap. If you're on a physical healing journey like I am, this in some type of way is telling me to slow down or, take a break, that kind of thing. Not too much to say here. Could also translate to your emotional or mental journey. So if you need a break, whatever that looks like, going out to nature, going on vacation, whatever it actually is, it's not, I feel like this is important to say, it's not going to hinder your healing progress so far, right? If you take one day off or you take 1 week off or something like that, okay? So taking time off is also part of the healing journey, okay? All right, overall outcome. Peace. Okay, peace offering. Okay, so that's good. So that makes sense that it comes with, and tying it back to this first one here where we will have peace by the end of the week. Again, it does feel like a little bit of a tough-ish week because it's starting out really fast with this shadow work about family stuff is kind of going on, but it's going to be, and apparently friend stuff and romantic stuff. So guys, I'm not going to lie to you, it doesn't look like a great week for relationships. Can't always be a wonderful week, but it feels tough, because we have to look at the things that we don't want to look at. We need to purge the things that we don't want to purge. And definitely, like I said, I'm feeling this powerlessness kind of coming from this card here. So, but it does bring you peace, okay? So that's the other thing too. It's like, just because, the goal for me and for everybody, I think everybody could really relate to this. And again, in the comments, let me know if I'm wrong here. Is we're really always looking for peace. Like that is always the goal. Like we want to be, maybe I would argue, balanced. We always want to be balanced as well. But to me, that's coming, peace, balanced, whole, healed. They're all kind of the same thing. And sort of. But I don't know if I'm explaining this okay. But to me, sometimes peace means like emotional freedom. And so the path to peace, to emotional freedom, to healing, whatever journey that you're on, is not going to be a straight path, and it's not going to be all paved with flowers and rainbows and unicorns, okay? So that's really good that we actually have this card, because we start off the week kind of, not so great, and it's kind of has the undertones of letting go and really difficult things and shadow work and that kind of thing. So, and our shadow coming out to play, like that kind of thing. So the fact that Spirit is offering us a peace offering is important. And that's really the overall outcome. So everything that you're going through this week basically is going to end with you feeling a lot more peaceful by the end of the week, maybe, but in general, the journey going forward, yes, this is all for more peace, more emotional freedom, for healing, etc. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense for you guys. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. Sending lots of love to you. Like I said, it's not it's not sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns, unfortunately, but it doesn't mean that it's all completely dire. We can always see the light at the end of the tunnel, and again, the end is peace and emotional freedom. So we love it. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with anybody that might need to hear these messages. Okay. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.